C-suite executives understand that their success is highly dependent on a high-quality inner circle of employees at their own company. People who will tell them the truth, no matter how ugly their baby is. They also understand the value of an external circle of influence, because it's likely that they didn't get where they're at without this external network. Deep relationships where people are not afraid to give you tough love, right? Share their unbiased advice, share their challenges and mistakes so that it helps to shape your future actions. But I've seen something happen once they actually get to the C-suite, to the top spot in their profession. Demands of the C-suite are overwhelming. There's no shortage of opportunities to engage, whether it's your employees, the ELT, the board, external vendors. Everyone is clamoring to get a piece of them. The motivation to continue to build and nurture these relationships wanes, even though intellectually they understand how critical it is to continue to build and nurture these external relationships. When I talk about nurture, I don't mean just the existing relationships, but how do you continue to bring a funnel of smart minds into your world in order to keep you sharp and at the top of your game? I was so fascinated with this paradox that several years ago I did a survey with over 100 senior level HR leaders, and I asked them how important they felt networking with peers and having these kind of collaborations was for their company from an innovation perspective and for their own personal development. And the response was 8 or 9 out of 10, right? We absolutely think this is a critical part of our role as a leader. The follow-up question was, how well do you think you do at this activity when you're not looking for a job? And the answer was C-. So then that got me even more curious. And as I peeled back the onion, what I found is that there were several barriers to why these C-suite executives didn't continue with the same kind of rigor to build their network. Some of the comments were around the level of people that they were connecting with. And although they were servant leaders and definitely wanted to share and give back, they felt like they were missing their own personal development. The second big barrier was that many of the events, although they felt like they needed to go, felt like vendor petting zoos. Their words, not mine. And then the last one is not a surprise and probably not exclusive to C-suite executives, but just that showing up in a big room with lots of people and having to network and shake hands, not everybody, that's not for everyone. So the analogy that comes to mind is that of going to the dentist, right? We all love the feeling after the dentist where our teeth feel smooth and clean, but the process to get to that smooth, clean result is painful. So I thought to myself, what if we just remove all these barriers? What if we made it super easy to build deep relationships with other senior HR leaders? Provide a totally safe space where they can get together and share their thoughts and get feedback from a group that has probably been there and done that. And I wondered how this would be received. Luckily, fast forward 5 years later, it's been something that the CHROs said, hey, this is definitely something we need and we want. Some of them call it a lifeline. So this month, we celebrate our 5-year anniversary of HR Mastermind groups. It's been my privilege to serve some of the most business-minded HR leaders I know, who together are advancing the careers of their employees and the growth of their businesses. So thank you for coming along this journey with me.